Hello, everyone. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Actually, it's overcast. It's been again for now it's August, and it's the humidity isn't out there right now, and hasn't been in a few days. It's overcast. It's absolutely lovely weather out there. Good weather to work in the garden. Yes. Okay, so quick, just a quick story that people seem to respond to my answer or my comment quite a bit. There was a lady somewhere in the United States, looked kind of like outskirts of a city, more a little rural rather than, and she took a picture of her yard, front yard, and it's loaded with chickens. Okay, about 20 chickens maybe. And they're cruising all over, and she is lamenting. She had a lament. Now, she did not say to begin with, I'm just lamenting. I'm just letting you all know this is what I'm going through. I don't need any solutions or whatever. But that she didn't say that. So, of course, people came back with all kinds of things. And it was interesting on how these chickens aren't hers. They are someone else's chickens who are chickens. If they're free, they wander. And having owning chickens myself now for so long, and I've had flocks of 60 and more, cruising all over. It's a it's quite a sight. Very interesting too. Uh, Again, if one just kind of goes with the flow when it comes to stuff like that. Of course, they were my own chickens. These are not her chickens, so somebody's just letting their chickens cruise around, and she's not happy about that. It's kind of messing up her lawn and this and that. And she got in contact with the cops, and they say, well, we can't do anything. It's like, I don't know, maybe they don't have a okay. She's tried and can't get any help with those chickens. So I noticed in the comments there's two types of people. The ones that are just now not just lamenting, which she did. She wasn't ranting about it. She was lamenting about it. And kind of and she did ask her, what do I do? Right? So there were two types. The ones that didn't answer her question, what do I do? Right? What can I do? They just right on started to rant about it, and the disrespect of whoever that is who has these chickens and I don't know what, and right? Yes? And then there were the other ones who were trying to give her some ideas on what she could do. Well, I was one of those. And I said in my comment, well, why don't you just get a little chicken coop? And one person in my comment section then said, a doghouse would do, right? Yes. To the chickens to go in while they wander. They might just go in and start laying some eggs if they're comfy in there, right? And so she said, well, okay, I can't do anything about it. I kind of have to live with these chickens coming to visit me every day. But what's the blessing? What could be the blessing, right? Yes? Well, there it is. Free eggs. All right, just saying. Right? Yes? It didn't look like, even though that might have been already a long time, probably didn't look like they tore up her lawn all that much. They were just a lot of chickens with a pretty good looking lawn. So I'm going, okay. And then I had someone come in and says, well, it's just this disrespectful and this and that. I'm going, okay, well, I don't want to go on that side of the conversation, right? I already got that, of course, yeah. But I went in and I said, look, she asked for help. So I did. I gave her a solution, right? Yes? And here's another one. Just going, they're on her lawn, right? Nobody is there saying, hey, we're just, hang on, sorry. They're on her lawn, have been now for a while, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Coming and going. That girl, go grab one, make some chicken and dumplings. She can kill them all if she wants to, right? Yes? Now here's another one, which I haven't mentioned yet, but if there's more comments coming back, I'm going, I have another solution. Put out a sign that says, chickens up for grabs. Yep, free. Yep, get them while they're hot. Or something, right? All I'm saying is, this is her property, this is her place. Whatever's on there coming to do whatever, she gets to decide what happens. Yes? Well, if the police can't do anything about it, or even I don't know if she contacted the animal shelter, if they can't do anything, well, it's her property. See, she can do what she wants on there. Right? Yes, if it's not illegal, and taking care of some pesky animals, that's not illegal as far as I know. Chickens are here to lay eggs and be eaten when it comes down to it. Anyway, but I had to go in a couple of places where I said, look, what do you want to do? If there is nothing else you can do, what could be the blessings out of a situation like that? Right? And go with that rather than start a war with your neighbors. I'm just saying. Yes? I mean, I said some of the comments, you could tell these people, there were people on there, it's like you're immediately going to the negative, immediately start, I don't know the whole situation, just see the picture and what the lady wrote. Rather than, well, what's the blessing out of all that? Yes? Could be. Also, chickens are really good. They'll get all the bugs out of your yard so that you actually can grow vegetables. I know, because, man, without my chickens, I would have had a lot less produce. I'm just saying. They don't tear things up that badly, okay? They're also wanderers. They don't stay in one place and just dig it up. Pigs are bad for that. Which I also have, and they do too. If they have a big enough outlet, they're not that destructive either. I'm just saying. So that was my kind of give and take with that whole situation where I'm going, again, well, interesting who the peacemakers are and the troublemakers are. Yes? All right. Okay. Here we are in the book of Ezekiel in 26 against Tyre. In the 11th year, on the first of the month, the word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows. Son of man, since Tyre has said of Jerusalem, aha, she is shattered, the gateway to the nations, she now gives way to me, her riches are ruined. Very well, the Lord Yahweh says this. Now, Tyre, I am against you. I shall raise many nations against you, as the sea raises its waves. They will destroy the walls of Tyre. They will demolish her towers. I shall sweep the dust of her away, and reduce her to a naked rock. She will be a dying ground out to sea for fishing nets. For I have spoken, declares Lord Yahweh. She will be the prey of the nations. As for her daughters on the mainland, these will be put to the sword, and they will know that I am Yahweh. You know what comes to my mind? Oh, is this how, what's that city in the sea? Atlantis came to be? That even rhymes. All right. Anywho, so again, what did I just talk about beforehand with the little story about the chickens and how I tried to give some solutions, right? Peaceful ones to this lady, right? And here, and then a peacemaker and a troublemaker. What's God? What is God in people's minds? A peacemaker or a troublemaker? Answer that question for yourself in your own heart to mind, right? And then ask yourself, would God do this? Then I'm assuming you're going to say he's a peacemaker, not a troublemaker. How is God portrayed here? Just saying. For the Lord Yahweh says this, from the north I shall bring Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, king of kings, down on the Tyre with horses, chariots, cavalry, and an enormous army. Wow, you know what? So here's another thing too. If you want to believe all the translations, so Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, king of kings, it says in here. Who else was regarded as the king of kings? Put on the same pedestal as this Nebuchadnezzar. You guys know who I'm talking about? Just saying. He will put your daughters on the mainland to the sword. He will build siege works against you, cast up a siege ramp against you, raise a screen against you. He will pound your walls with his battering rams and demolish your towers with his siege engines. His horses are so many that their dust will hide you. Man, people just so into war. They're so ground for war. It's like it's so ground. It's all that Old Testament. All I see is just war. One city ground to dust, then another one rises, then that one, because of whatever, gets ground into the dust, and then it's another one rises. Really? The noise of his horsemen and his chariots' wheels will make your walls tremble as he enters your gates, as though storming into a city through the breach. With his horses' hoofs he will trample through all your streets. He will put your people to the sword and throw your massive pillars to the ground. Your wealth will be seized, your merchandise looted, your walls razed, your luxurious houses shattered, your stones, your timbers, your very dust thrown into the sea. I shall put an end to the sound of your songs. The sound of your harps will not be heard again. I shall reduce you to a naked rock and make you into a drying ground for fishing nets, never to be rebuilt, for I, Yahweh, have spoken, declares the Lord Yahweh. I don't know who that Lord Yahweh is. Never heard of him before. Okay. That one I don't know. Lament over Tyre. The Lord Yahweh says this to Tyre: will not the islands quake at the sound of your fall? While the wounded groan and the slaughter takes place inside you, all the princes of the sea will leave their thrones, lay aside their cloaks, take off their embroidered robes. Dressed in terror, they will sit on the ground, trembling incessantly, stunned at your fate. They will raise the lament for you as follows: you are destroyed then, vanished from the sea's famous city, former sea power who with her citizens used to spread terror all over the mainland. Now the islands are trembling on the day of your fall. The islands of the sea are terrified by your end. For the Lord Yahweh says this: when I make you a ruined city like other deserted cities, when I raise the deep against you and the ocean covers you, when I fling you down with those who go down into the abyss with the people of long ago, and put you deep in the underworld, in the ruins of long ago with those who sink into oblivion, so that you can never come back or be restored to the land of the living, I will make you an object of terror. You will not exist. People will look for you but never find you again, declares the Lord Yahweh. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think if God hears these words out of this book that's supposed to be, yeah. Well, what does it feel like when you're misunderstood? What does it feel like when people say things about you out there? And everyone, I'm sure, has come across that at one point or another in their lives, where you're going, "Hey, wait a minute, that's not how it went. That I didn't never. Who said I said that?" Right? Or that suddenly something that other people did. For example, I'll give you a good example. When we went to Kentucky, we had a plan, and when we got there, for some reason, that plan was just thrown out the window. I had very little say about it. I didn't want to start a war. I'm going, well, okay, I'll let the guys do whatever they want then. And instead of building small homes, they wanted to build this one big, huge log house. Okay, all right. I'm going, well, it seems like it doesn't matter what I even say. Hey, but that was not our plan. And the reason for that, the reason we made the plan that we made is because 1, 2, 3... and just got this blank look of, well, we don't care. We want to do whatever we want to do with your money. Well, my husband agreed. And so they ended up building this big, huge house. It's a lot of work. It's not finished. It's a lot of work. It's not finished. And the upkeep of it is horrendous when it comes down to it. All the continuous work to keep a log house from not getting destroyed by all kinds of things. Suddenly I heard this story years and years later in town that I was the one that wanted to build this big house. They didn't want to do I was the one who wanted that. I was just, what? Wait a minute. That's about as far from the truth as it could be. And why? Why would that even be something that people would go out there and talk about? Talk about me. I mean, first of all, what does it matter how big the house is? Right? But suddenly to have the whole town kind of go, oh yeah, you know, suppose it was you who wanted to build a big old house like that. What? I was just stunned over the lies coming from my own household. Stunned. How do you think God feels on when he has to? I'm reading this all for the reputation of God. So, all right, yes, there's some restoration going on there, but how does our heavenly parent feel like when she hears this stuff? Supposedly, he has said. Our heavenly parent has said. God has said. Yahweh has said. I go, I never said anything like that. Why would I? That's completely against my nature as a peacemaker, not a troublemaker. Yes? Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave you with that. Yes? Okay. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. And I will. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, let's keep praying. Yes, you're looking good. And I will. Talk to you another time.